So after all of that hard work, I cannot use the driver's side leaf spring. It's damaged, so I'm going to have to buy 2 new springs and replace them both. Hello and welcome back. My name is Mark and this is my 1961 Morris Minor Traveller. In the last video I was refreshing the leaf springs and only had the driver's side to go, and unfortunately on dismantling that it turned out that one of the leaves had a buckle in it, which meant I needed to buy a new pair and fit those. Bottom leaf had a bit of a kink in it here, and it was a bit frustrating, so I decided I'm not going to use that. Probably could be heated up and straightened out, but you know, it's 60 years old, so let's go with a new one. Now what the differences are, first of all, the brackets. You can see the brackets are wider and longer than the original, the bolts going through, and the sleeves underneath are larger too. Towards the front of the leaf spring you've got 2 brackets, same on the new one. When I go to the rearward side, on the original there's only 1 bracket, and on the new one there's 2. Don't know whether that makes much difference or whether it just means it doesn't matter which way around it goes. That seems to be the most obvious difference so far. Bit frustrating, but I'm going to have to go with it. Brand new, just turned up. So the paint is starting to scratch away. That side's not actually as bad as the other side. Yeah, look at that. Brand new, just unpacked. You see this is scratched. Rust starting to come through here. So as the old one, I'm still going to have to dismantle this, rub it down and give it some rust treatment before putting it back on. Bit frustrating, but there you go. So this is the new leaf spring, separated into its individual leaves, and as suspected there is some surface rust showing on the metal there. So I'm going to give it a light rub down, give it some rust treatment, and then give it a spray over with the zinc spray, like I did with the refreshing of the other one. Now one thing that is quite obvious on this one is the kind of spring rates, or the shape of the springs, each leaf. This is the lower one. Actually, if they're up the right way, it's the higher one, which is higher, which is the next in line, and then this has got less of a curve to it. This one's got the greatest curve to it, and then back down, and then up again, and then down again. So, well, there's all the leaves freshly painted with some zinc paint, and I'm also going to give it a coat of silicone spray. So that should hopefully just drive out any moisture that sort of gets in between the leaves and give it a little bit of protection as well. And there we have our new reassembled leaf spring with a bit of silicone spray between, ready to go back on the car. So here we've got the 3 leaf springs for comparison. We've got the original one, you can see it's rusty, but also at the end here is where it's out of shape, which is why I've had to buy new ones. This is the new one that, as you can see, there are rust bubbles showing up through the paint where the paint's rubbed off or whatever, been damaged. And then this is the one that I have just stripped down, given the rust treatment to those areas that needed it, and given the whole lot a coat of zinc spray. So let's get this one back in the car. So everything's back together, everything is finger tight or a little bit more than finger tight. And yes, I do know I've only got 2 nuts on that wheel because once everything's settled down, I will then tighten everything up and make sure we're all good. And it might not be that obvious on the camera, but this side is, with the new spring, is definitely sitting higher than the other side that's got the refurbished original spring. So this is now sitting around about 315 millimeters. And this side, a little harder to get into. It's not that much, it's only 310 mil. Old spring bounce test. New spring bounce test. I'm getting well practiced at this. I've managed to get the other side exchanged and back on its wheel again in just under 2 hours. Okay, now she's back down on all 4 wheels again. So the weight of the car is sitting on the springs. So the springs are now under load, which means I can crawl in underneath and start to nip up all those nuts and bolts. So on the rear hangers, I've just tightened these up to the end of the thread. Couldn't find any torque settings, so I've just tightened it up. The 4 nuts on the end of the U-bolt, again, just tightened up all to an even length. And the front hanger, this should be sitting, it's not quite flush, but near enough. Again, just giving that a tighten until it all pulls in. So I've just ticked over 600 subscribers, which, to be honest, I'm blown away by. Me tinkering in my garage, didn't think it would cast that much interest. So a very many thanks to everybody who has subscribed. If you're enjoying the content, please do give me a thumbs up and think about subscribing as well. It really does help. I really hope that now this is the last video to do with the suspension, and now I can crack on with some of the other jobs. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found something useful in here, but until next time, cheerio.